Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for your patience, but now it's time to announce to you who are going to be the winners of the custom Natchin contest. So if you guys missed the contest or anything, then we had a contest that was revolving around the Natchin tank models that are made by Cavico models there in Japan. They were originally designed by Moi-san. It was just an illustration that he had made and that was then made into a model kit, so it's pretty cool. And so I need to say some thank yous first before we get into this. And first off, just a big thank you to USA Gundam Store for sponsoring the contest, for providing the prizes for the contest. Thank you to them, as always, for their support. And if you guys do want to check out USA Gundam Store, there you can use my coupon code ZakuAurelius10 to save 10% off everything in stock. The link is down there in the video description, so thank you to them. And then, big thank you to Moi-san himself for agreeing to help with the judging of the contest. So not only was he very helpful in also just sharing information about the contest on Twitter, and also big thank you to Cavico Models, the company that makes them, also was helpful in sharing information on Twitter as well, especially to Japanese modelers there just about the contest. So thank you to both of them. And then yes, Moi-san also helped with the judging, so he also reviewed all the entries and gave his input for his top picks for the contest as well. So thank you to Moi-san. Everyone, if you're on Twitter, go there and say thank you to him as well if you participated in the contest, or not, or just check out his work. Anyway, the link to his Twitter account will also be down in the video description below if you're unfamiliar. So let's get into it. There's going to be one People's Choice winner and then 3 top winners for the contest. The first place will get his first pick of the 3 prize packs, the second place winner will get second pick, and the third place winner will get the third prize pack that's left over. So I went over the prizes in the announcement video. You can check that out if you want, but basically there's a master grade themed prize pack, a real grade themed one, and an HG themed one. So we thought we'd give the winners the choices if they have a preferred grade. Basically they're all valued about the same price as what's in the prize pack. So the contest now wrapped a few days ago, and after it was done, I threw up an album on my Facebook page where you guys can go there and vote on your favorites by liking the ones that you liked the most. And so the winner of the People's Choice Award here is Brian Torres, who made this Zaku themed Natchin build here. So this was pretty cool. I think you guys just liked the theme that he went with for this. It was a good idea just to make it. And actually I was kind of surprised at how few of the contest entries were based around something around like Gundam related. There was actually not very many of them. So this was one of the few ones, and it was pretty well done. It's pretty creative, pretty interesting. So great work, Brian, on that. And once again, the People's Choice Prize will actually be provided by True Gunpla, so I need to say thank you to him as well. He also reached out and offered to put up a prize for that. So that'll be $50 to True Gunpla's online shop, and then also an SD kit that he'll be sending out for Brian for that. So then, before we get into the winners, I just want to once again talk about real briefly here what were like the criteria that I was looking for. And like the 3 big criteria were, number 1, the creativity, the idea that you had. Was it something cool, interesting, creative that you did with the kit? Secondly was the painting. The painting needed to be really well done and just really just thought out in terms of what colors you use, different painting techniques and styles and weathering, and all of this kind of went into that. And then just the basic building skills, so any nub marks, seam lines, and just kind of rough edges, anything like that. How was your kind of just building skills before you even got to the painting? So those are the big things that I was looking for, and it was really, really tough. This one was probably one of the hardest contests to judge, because we had a lot of really great entries, which I'll show you here in a minute, as some honorable mentions. And then to narrow it down from the honorable mentions to picking out who are going to ultimately be the winners was really, really tough, because there was a lot that were both really good. Like this one that was really super creative, but the painting wasn't quite as nice as this one, where this one had the painting really nice and it wasn't quite as creative as the other one. So it was really difficult. And so between those 3 criteria, that's kind of what I was looking for, where maybe this one didn't score quite as high on the creativity, but the painting was amazing, and also the build was really super clean and everything was like technically really good. It didn't have any rough edges, like I said, or seam lines or anything like that. So that is what it came down to for the final entries. It was, like I said, very, very difficult. I wish I could have had 5 winners or 6 winners. Would have been a lot easier than narrowing it down to 3. But before I tell you guys who the winners ultimately are, here are a look at some of the honorable mentions that were also really, really good, and I wish I could give prizes to all of you guys. But here, have a look. Alright, so then without any further delay, let's get right into it. The third place here is going to go to Kevin, who made this really cool, cute SD chibi version of the Natchin tank. So if you've seen on Moi-san's Twitter, he has also done artwork. His actual Twitter profile picture is this, and he's also done different versions of this. So this is just what Kevin has done, is made an actual model version of the chibi version of the tank that Moi-san has also illustrated. So basically shortened up some proportions, obviously changed a lot of the head there and the legs, and so it was really cool customization that he made to this, and very cleanly done, and so it was just nice, crisp, clean. This was one of Moi-san's picks for his favorites. And so while this isn't technically necessarily Gundam related, he did use a couple of Gundam marking decals on there as well, so at least that was on there. But yeah, this was a very nicely done and just a good solid custom entry there. So then second place is going to go here to Andrew, who made this really cool sort of samurai style one, and there were a couple of different entries that were kind of similar to this one, but what put this one ahead of the rest was that it was maybe not quite as creative as some of the other ones, but the painting on this one was so well done, and also the diorama effect. Now, diorama wasn't necessarily something that was necessary, and you'll see a lot of these in the top category here. Orange don't have any diorama, but basically, as it goes with dioramas, it just becomes part of the build. It can either really help you or it can really hurt you, depending on how good or bad it is. And some people used dioramas and some people didn't, but the sort of vignette here that he put together was also really nice, so that certainly added to the look of it. If this was just the kit on its own, it may not have been quite as impressive, but it was also just really nicely put together there with this little tree and rock vignette that he had. And so the painting and weathering on this is really fantastic. That is kind of like definitely the best part about this build. So really nice. The customization is good too. Cool customization, just to add the little sandals, the sword, the ornament on the head, and the flag on the back. So you get that samurai vibe from it without it being super duper customized. But just the painting is amazing. The details, the weathering, and all of that. A little bit of gradation to the painting and everything just made it look really, really nice. So that was a really fantastic entry as well. Alright, so that is going to bring us then to the final entry. The first place winner here that I've gone with is going to be from Spiel 10 here, who made this custom whale entry here. Now, what was really so cool about this was the fact that it transforms. So it has a kind of, albeit kind of simple transformation, but still, he customized this in a way that it could actually transform into like a sort of mobile armor, sort of whale mode there, which was super cool. That was something that no one else did. A couple people did also have a sort of similar sort of transformation-esque kind of gimmick in their build, but this one was definitely the best one and the most involved transformation of them. So aside from that, the customizations are all pretty clean. The painting is good, just the multiple tones of gray and everything that he used for that. The weathering is pretty nice on there as well, and so overall this one was, in my opinion, the best mix of good painting, good modifications, and a creative idea. So I really liked this one, and something transforming into a whale is pretty unique. I mean, you might expect it transforming into like some sort of like a jet or car or some sort of other vehicle or some sort of other, a little bit more like intimidating animal. I don't know, something like a lion or something like that. But to a whale, I thought was cool and unique and creative, interesting, cute also a little bit. So I like this one quite a bit. So those were my picks. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I'm sure you guys will have disagreements. Like I said, even I, it was really tough. I'm not sure if this really would have been that much easier, even if I could narrow it down to, like I said, 5 or 6 winners. That still would have been really tough, but all in all, we had 64 submitted entries in the end, so that was pretty amazing. I was expecting maybe if it went really well, we'd get probably around 50 entries, but the fact that we got 64 is pretty good. That is pretty amazing. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you for everyone who put time into your builds. I hope you had a lot of fun. The kits are really fun. I know that they had been difficult to get. I think the kits just sold out everywhere. Like as soon as the contest was announced, it's just Cavico is the tiny little company, so they don't have a ton of production capabilities. So when the kits just sold out everywhere, I think Cavico, it seems like probably maybe put a lot of their restocking priorities probably to different shops there in Japan before they were able to get those back out to other countries like in the US. And so I know the kits have been hard to get, and so if any of you weren't able to get the kits in time, weren't able to finish your builds in time for the contest, hopefully you will still share your works online. Share them with me or anyone just around on the internet. You can still share them with Moi-san as well on Twitter. And I'm not sure necessarily if we'll have another Natchin contest, but I still plan on doing work on different Natchin tanks myself and working on them just because they're fun kits to work on. I still need to finish my custom builds that I've got going on them. And so hopefully you guys will too. They're really fun kits to work on. So just like I said, yeah, really appreciate everyone who put the time into their builds. I wish I could have given more prizes to you guys because there's a lot of really great ones out there. But hopefully you're all proud with what you've created. And yeah, just thank you. So now here, as traditional, at the end of the video, I'll give you guys a slideshow of all the entries so you can see your entry. Even if you didn't win, you still kind of check out your entry here amongst everyone else's now. And again, there's also an album of all the entries on my Facebook page as well if you want to check that out also. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next contest. It should be probably pretty soon, so I'll see you then. Bye guys.